here with the Kibisis team, Kieran and David. Kieran, David, how you guys doing today?
Good. How are you?
Doing fantastic. David, how about
Yeah,
yourself?
yeah, I'm all right. It's midnight here in Thailand, but I'm here for you.
I really appreciate that. Well, why don't you give the guys a little bit of story about each of you, about your background, and then we can kind of go over Kibisis after this.
Sure. I'll just go first. I'll jump in. Sorry, David. Yeah, so I've been a developer for probably about 11 years. Got into crypto around 2018. And then sort of chose a blockchain, which I was into the sort of Ethereum side because I kind of just love the concept of smart contracts. And then I kind of got a bit frustrated with a lot of stuff in Ethereum and was looking for a new chain. Saw Algorand, and I liked a lot of things here. Rekeying for me is probably the biggest feature that I just fell in love with. And then sort of as Voice started progressing, I knew Benny, so got he was like, and Chris, I'd met Chris through Benny. And then I kind of like out of the got involved with Kibisis. I started it as a sort of I wanted to, after the sort of my algo was kind of like my favorite wallet, but sort of as after the hack, that was a bit annoying because they had a lot of features that I loved. But so I kind of built Kibisis just as kind of like a way to implement some of the features that I liked on my algo. And it started off as like one of those things where you just, I'll build it because I want it, and I built it as an extension because I wanted to find this. I think because algo signing was kind of coming to the end of life, and so there wasn't a kind of no extension. So and I built it, and Void sort of gave me the opportunity to develop a wallet within the Void ecosystem, and it's been great. Been adding more features and getting more involved and making it bigger. That's kind of me in a nutshell.
I appreciate that. David, you want to tell everyone a little bit about yourself as well?
Yeah, sure. So I've been a developer for the same time as Kieran. More, it's kind of going in between development and more sort of like a design kind of side of things. I like to make things look nice and do like all the front end stuff. Do a little bit of music and other sort of creative stuff. So I'm into all that sort of stuff as well. I have, before Kieran approached me about this project, I was like, I didn't know anything about crypto, so it's a huge leap for me to just jump into it, but it's quite interesting. So making a crypto wallet is something that he's talking about doing. So I was like, oh, it would be a good way to learn about it, so why not? It sounds like a fun project. So I'm going to be kind of taking a back seat during this conversation, I think, most of the time, but I'll chip in when I can.
Heard that. All right.
Yeah, sorry. I know David from I met him on an exchange in Austria, so that's how I know him at university. So that's how, and we stayed like buddies since. So that's kind of how we know each other.
That's cool. All right, so the dynamic duo just reunites for a venture. That's really cool.
Yeah. Dragged him into all this nonsense, this beautiful nonsense.
All right, well let's get to chopping, man. Let's show people Kibisis, or your some new things you want to show people. That's for sure, as well.
Yeah. So we'll go through the sort of basics of the extension. Let me just get it up.
Okay, hold on 1 second here, and there we go.
Cool. So what I'm going to do is first I'm going to go through like just some basic things like adding sort of creating a new account. So you can do this on one of the side buttons here. You can extend this to have a look a bit more, but so you can add account through here. There's several ways to add an account. You can create a new account on the wallet, so and it generates a completely new account. There's importing via a seed phrase, so that's one that an account you already have. this is a new feature that I haven't released yet, but add in a watch account. So with this, you can just add an address, and you can just watch. You know, you can't send any void or anything like that, but you can just kind of monitor, you know, what's going on in the account. And then there's this other feature which is importing via a QR code. But what we're going to do today is we're going to go create a new account. Yeah, I realize this is the private key, I like the seed phrase, but this is you can copy it down. Hopefully I don't use it in future, but you never know. So obviously you would keep this private. Copy it when you press copy, it copies to your clipboard. So then you want to proceed to next. Here you can name an account. It auto fills with the account address, but you can call it anything like secret.
Super secret.
So that's just like you can name it whatever you want. Then there's this is like little, you know, just a little button just to make sure that you have copied your seed phrase, just in case you forget it. And then click save. Didn't work. Not sure why that. Sorry, yeah. Huh. As I said, this is a development version, so it could be a bug there. But anyway,
let's just create a wallet. Yeah, we assume they created a wallet.
Let's say we got a wallet. So here's one that I created earlier, and has zero void. So what we want to do first is probably you want to with Voy and AVM wallets, you have to, there's something called a minimum balance. I won't go into it, but every new wallet will require 0.1 Voy. It's not, it isn't necessary, but what we'll do is we're just going to send some Voy to that wallet. So again, you have these buttons down the sidebar. So you click send Voy, and let's just give it one Voy. Here you can pick more assets. So here you can select, this is the address, so you want to send it from, so the sender address, and then the to address is the recipient. So this you can either manually enter address, or you can just select one from the list here. So we're gonna send it to the empty address, and then you can add a note, which is yeah, you can just say anything here, like
it's your allowance. Cheers.
Yeah. Then you go to the next page. This just gives you a summary, just outlines exactly what's happening from to. There's a fee, obviously, when sending Voy, which is 0. It's a flat fee of 0.001, or minimum fee, should I say? And then you click send, and then it sends the transaction. It signs the transaction and sends it. Depending on your settings, you may be asked a password. I didn't, because you can go into the settings and turn that off. So if we go into this account, as you can see, it's been debited with sorry, it's now got one Voy in. Next, what we're going to do is we're going to add an asset. So you can have more than just sort of the native currency, which is Voy. We can add an asset. So here we'll add a. Here you type in the asset ID, or you can use the sort of a name for it. You can start typing. For instance, you can use I think T13. Well, yeah, as you can see, it starts to bring up assets. I'm going to use an ID of this one, which is Taco Coin.
Bullish on Taco Coin.
So yeah, you click. So there are two types of assets. I won't go into it, but there's the standard assets, and then there's the kind of more smart contract assets. Standard assets will require an opt-in. They're kind of a bit. They're kind of a special sort of procedure to do that, and it will require a transaction. But this one is based on a different specification. It's more smart contract based. So they're more or less the same, but yeah. So you can add this. It won't require a transaction. So we'll just add it, and yeah, and then it will appear in your asset list. And yeah, if you've got any, I evidently in this account I don't have a Taco coin, but yeah, you will get your assets would appear. I'll give you a sort of, I've got an extra feature that I do want to show you. There's something called watch accounts now, as I said earlier. So these are just accounts that you can watch, so you can see activity and what NFTs and what assets they have. But there's also now we've implemented rekeying. So there's the option to rekey an account. So that appears on an account now. So yeah, you can use so we can use the one that we just created. So we can rekey that account to the other account. We do rekey, and then it sends a transaction to rekey. Yeah, and then rekeys, and as you can see, it's updated to say it's been rekeyed to this account, and you can see in like badges now that kind of give an indication of these things. And obviously you can remove the rekey by going to undo, and it's quite simple as doing this. Yeah, and then it removes the rekey. I think that's kind of all kind of a basic overview I wanted to show you. There's really cool. Loads more little features you can find.
I just want to give a quick explanation to rekeying for the ones that don't know and how powerful of a cool feature this really is. So for everyone, rekeying is a way to add an extra level of security to your wallet if you feel like it's been compromised. So what you would do is you essentially bind that seed phrase to another seed phrase on another wallet. And for it to actually work, the wallet needs to have so much void in it as well, the new wallet you bind it to. So it can't just be a blank wallet you bind it to as well. But this is a really powerful feature for us to move forward as a community, because this is going to give us extra security as we try to experiment and test things as the future goes on. And definitely become familiar with it. We're definitely going to make sure you guys are familiar with it when Kieran gets this added, because this is a huge feature, and I'm super excited that this is something you got to show us today.
Yeah, cool. Yeah, I was just working quite a lot on it, so I'm really excited. Well, it's my favorite feature.
All right, and I think David wanted to show us some cool features as well today too. Some cool things coming.
Yeah, you want me to share that? You guys see this?
Yes, we do.
Yeah.
That looks like a phone.
Yeah. So this is actually, it's running on Windows desktop here, but I'll be able to cross-platform it to iPhone and Android, no problem. And Linux if you really want to.
A Linux mobile wallet.
Yeah, well, we can have a Linux version, no problem.
I think what David's trying to say is that it also works as a desktop app. So it's a phone and a desktop app.
So this is running on Windows desktop right now. So that's why you can see the mouse cursor. It's not a phone here.
Yeah.
So.
But it will be principally a phone app.
It'll be a mobile first. So what I just done, I've just basically tried to clone what Kieran's got, but made it more styled for the phone. So the functions you'd expect, like swiping and that kind of thing. Like you can't do it here, but you can swipe between the tabs and things like that. So I won't go into all the same details Kieran's explained. I'll just kind of show you around the screens of what I've got working so far. So here I've got some volume in this account. This is real balance that's loading up. I've got it so you can. So this is your account. So I'll show you how you can add another account. So we have multiple accounts. So at the moment I've got these two options. There'll be a third option to import via QR. It only appears if you're on the mobile device, but I haven't fully implemented it yet. So if I want to create a new account to show you, it's similar screens to what Kieran's one's got. So you can copy it to the clipboard, all that sort of stuff. confirm it, blah blah blah. Just whatever. And we're in the test account now. And you can see there's 2 different accounts there. You can switch between them.
Nice.
There's nothing in these tabs yet, really, but just show you that's something that's going to be there.
I like that account layout you
Yeah.
made there for like when you look at the different accounts and
Do you
stuff.
like that? Yes,
like
this will be a
that.
scrollable list. Yes, yeah, they'll scroll down basically. Yeah. I think we're playing with some of the colours here to make it a bit more interesting, so they separate it a little bit better. You can copy your address if you want to share it to someone, or you can literally put that's the actual QR code for that. So that's already in there. What else we got? And edit just takes you back into the edit, so you can either delete your account or rename it at the moment. It doesn't really do anything yet. So that's something we'll have eventually.
Okay.
Yeah, and really we've just got like the settings screen, same as on the extension version. So that will reset your app back to factory, wipe everything off.
Oh, heard.
Security is your timeout lock for when you minimize and maximize your phone app, and it will ask you for a PIN code again if it exceeds the time that you've set here. You know what I mean? So I'll ask for that PIN pad we saw at the beginning. I'll do that again. Got light mode. Yep.
Light mode, you're crazy. Let's be real here. Let's be real. You're crazy if you use light mode.
Yeah, I put it as default as dark mode. But the option's there. These don't do anything yet. They're just I've just copied the screen essentially, but maybe we'll get around to implementing that soon. Nothing's in about. But yeah, that's the sneak peek basically. So
that looks amazing.
Thank you.
Also, the with the extension, version of Kibisis, you can actually export an account via a QR code. So when we release the mobile version, you'll be able to just scan your account on Kibisis, and it will import your seed phrase and your account and everything. So it should be quite easy to interchange between your extension and your mobile app.
So yeah, there'll be like a way for me just to scan, like let's say the extension on there, and it'll just auto import it straight to there in a sense.
Yeah, I'll just open the camera on your phone, and you just point at the barcode on your screen from the extension, and that's it. It'll import it.
That's amazing. Convenience is key when it comes to wallets. The easier they are to use, the happier the people will be when they're using them. And I have to admit, this looks amazing. This looks very easy to use so far.
Good.
And very excited to try out the mobile version as well, because I am on the go half the time. So I remember when I was like when I was in Denver and we did like the NFT challenge, like I had my laptop in my backpack and my backpack in my back the entire time in case I had to like flip over and be like, all right, it's NFT time. You know what I'm saying? I'm like in the lobby at the hotel, you know, like, all right, thank God I brought my laptop, because I had to buy Scotty's because his laptop died. So now, you know, I'm buying my NFTs and Scotty's NFTs just because I'm the only one that had a computer.
Yeah. I had to sit in the hotel room as well that morning, just like get my NFTs.
Man, but I thank you guys so much. We really didn't have any questions. Oh, we do. What is this magic? Is what Chris Twitter is saying here. Chris, this is the magic of Kibisis working on Void. That is the magic that you are seeing here, sir. Is there anything you guys want to add or share or tell the community anything about Kibisis before we end this?
Yeah, I mean, one of the things that I think is key to actually that I've learned a lot building Kibisis is definitely user feedback. That plays an important role in how I build features and how I find bugs, how bugs are highlighted and surfaced. So yeah, if any time you have any feedback, I'm really open to just Discord, Twitter, Telegram, if you can find me. I'm open to feedback and features. Yeah, so it definitely helps with the development.
All right. And in case you guys don't know, you could. Oh,
Oh yeah, I was going to say criticisms as well is always welcome. It's a good form of feedback.
Well, you guys can always reach Kieran in our Discord. We have a special channel under Kibisis for a lot of people have been laying their feedback. I'm sure as things progress forward, there will eventually be a Kibisis Discord and all those other jazzes. But for right now, you're happy to reach them. You can leave feedback to even me or Dylan as well too, and we'll make sure that Kieran gets it, or you can leave that feedback in the appropriate places. But I appreciate you guys dropping by. This is cool. I'm excited, and obviously Chris is excited. He says he smells voodoo. All right, there's some black magic obviously going on around here, and everyone is going to be beyond excited for this mobile version. That is for sure. I'm going to make sure I highlight that later and show everyone. But thank you guys once again for your time, and I don't want to take up too much as well. So. Thank you, especially you, David. You're in Thailand, man. We need to get you to sleep.
Yeah. Thank you. It was great, Cody. Thanks.
Yeah, thank you.
Cool.
All right. Thank you once again, Voyagers. You guys have a great day, and I'll be back again with the next app soon enough. All right. Thank y'all so much.